Fate in his hands. When their world collides, written by Maple. Chapter 1, The Last Wish. A man sat in the leather chair of his spacious office, eyes closed, lost in thoughts that refused to let him rest. For the past 24 hours, peace had become a distant dream. Exhaustion clung to him, not from work, but from the chaos unfolding around him and within him. In a couple of hours, his life would change forever. He could feel it, yet, unease gnawed at him. Something didn't feel right, and his instincts were rarely wrong. That was why he'd asked his assistant to dig deeper, especially after last night. After meeting her. The woman who was soon to be his wife. Not by love, not by choice, but by his grandfather's last wish. On his deathbed, the old man had made him promise to find and marry his goddaughter's daughter, and to protect her for life. At the time, Adrit had agreed without hesitation. Marriage was inevitable someday. Why not marry the girl his grandfather trusted so much? Love? He no longer believed in it. That part of him had died with betrayal. So, he had set rules for himself. Marry her, keep his word, and if she proved loyal, he would honor the marriage. If not, he'd sign the papers, offer a settlement, and walk away. Simple, or so he thought. Until a forgotten memory stirred in his mind, taking him back 15 years. 15 years ago. Grandpa, why are we at this park? It's so far from our house. We could have gone to the one nearby, a 10-year-old Adrit complained. The point of coming all the way here? The old man chuckled. Oh, come on, little one. I'm your grandfather, not the other way around. And we're here to meet your future bride and her mother. Adrit froze. Future bride? He was 10. His eyes widened in horror. Grandpa, I'm just 10 years old. Child marriage is illegal. You can't do this, it's a crime. His grandfather only laughed. Soon, they reached a white gazebo. A graceful woman sat there, playing with a chubby little girl, no more than 4. The woman's face lit up. Godfather, you're here. Turning to her daughter, she smiled. Come, baby, greet my godfather. He's your grandpa too. The little girl toddled forward with a small red ball in her hand. Hello, Grandpa, how do you do? Meanwhile, Adrit stood frozen. His gaze fell on the girl. Those big, gray eyes stared back at him, curious and unblinking. She barely reached his waist, but her stare held him still. Adrit, come meet Sia, my goddaughter, his grandfather said. Adrit smiled politely. Hello, Auntie. Hi, Beta, Sia greeted warmly. You've grown so much. What grade are you in now? I skipped a few grades. I'm in 8th, he replied casually. Sia's eyes widened with pride. That's wonderful. Your parents and grandpa must be proud. But Adrit's attention drifted back to the little girl. She was still staring at him, smiling. He chuckled and, without thinking, pinched her cheek. This little bride is adorable, he thought, then froze. No, wrong, illegal, stop. The girl's smile vanished. She glared, stomped her tiny feet, and marched off to the slide. Sia laughed softly. She doesn't like anyone touching her face or hair. Says people are trying to steal her beauty. Both Adrit and his grandfather burst into laughter. Adrit blinked, returning to the present. That memory lingered, the image of those gray eyes sharper than ever. A knock at the office door broke his thoughts. Come in, he said. Dhruv, his assistant, entered with a file. Sir, I've got all the information. Here are the results. Adrit leaned back, his face unreadable. Tell me in brief. This was Chapter 1, The Last Wish. A promise, a forgotten memory, and a woman who may change everything. But will love find its way into a heart that no longer believes? The journey continues in Chapter 2. Subscribe now so you don't miss what destiny reveals next.